This episode is brought to you by Heyday. Feeling stressed? Take a moment for yourself with Heyday. Stroll through rows of golden wheat, tend to cute barnyard animals, and discover the joys of a digital farm retreat. You don't have to hop in a car or catch a plane. Escape to the farm at the tap of a finger. With Heyday, you're not just tending to a farm, you're tending to yourself. Heyday. Search Heyday, that's Hay space DAY, in your favorite app store. Heyday is a free-to-play mobile game and offers optional in-app purchases and random rewards.
Hilton brings you new ways to stay, with experiences that let you capture the glory days. Introducing the Graduate Hotels. Each inspired by local college towns, these stays are always original and never boring. Get in touch with traditions all across the country and enjoy a stay that's a class above the rest. Book at Graduate Hotels with Hilton Honors Points at Hilton.com. It's a win-win. Hilton, for the stay.
Hello, everyone. It's time for Vanishing Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. I'm your host, Pete Costanis. This is episode 433, season 18. Today's date is May 13th, 2025, and welcome to the show. On today's program, I'm going to talk about the 50th anniversary of the television show Gigglesnort Hotel, and that was hosted by Bill Jackson, who did Cartoon Town and BJ and the Dirty Dragon Show. So this will be very interesting. Also, I will read off a 1963 menu from a restaurant that was very famous back in the day in Chicago called the Blackhawk. Actually, it's called Don Roth's Blackhawk restaurant. So this will be kind of cool. And it was awesome. It was wonderful. So right now, the program will go into a commercial break. Excuse me. And this program is brought to you by Dispensa's Castle of Toys, and it's the most famous toy store in Chicago, in my opinion, the world. And that was located in Oak Brook Terrace, Illinois. And this commercial is from 1975. So sit back and relax. Let's go back to the 70s and where toy stores were fun. Okay, and I'll be right back with the rest of the show, folks. Thank you.
Girls and boys, come and see the greatest toy store in history. Dispensa's Castle of Toys.
It's a castle.
Dispensa's Castle of Toys.
It's a toy store.
Dispensa's Castle of Toys.
It's tremendous.
Come to Dispensa's Castle of Toys. Oak Brook Terrace, Illinois.
Big savings. Hasbro Spellbound just $9.88 at Dispensa's Castle of Toys.
Okay, everyone, I am back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for Dispensa's Castle of Toys. It's Toy-mendous. Dun, 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 dun. I can't get that song out of my head. Ever since I've decided to upload the commercial, for me to upload the commercial to this program. Dispensa's Castle of Toys. It was an amusement park and a toy store located in Oak Brook Terrace, Illinois, near the Oak Brook Center Shopping Center. Okay. It was in business from 1967 to 1985, and the amusement park was from 1975 to 1984. You know, I've never been there. I wish I did. I would love to go there, and I never had the opportunity. My mom didn't drive, so and it was too far away, and it had. It was shaped like a castle, and it had toy soldiers up front. Excuse me. And so it would have been kind of cool. I would stay all day there. I would have. I really would. But I went on. I was invited to a place that had memorabilia of Dispensa's Kingdom. I met John Dispenza III. I think he was the grandson of the founder. Very nice man. I had a lot of fun. They had a lot. It's in Oak Brook Terrace. I think you have to go on the website to make an appointment to go on a tour. It is cool. It's like in an old fashioned house. I really love it. And the commercials they played during Bozo's Circus, maybe Ray Rayner or Garfield Goose, probably, but mostly it was Bozo's Circus, and especially at Christmas time, And several members of Bozo's Circus did make appearances. I don't know if Bozo did. Probably not. No, I don't think. I think it was either Fraser Thomas or Ringmaster Ned or Cookie the Clown. Probably Ray Rayner did as well. But Bozo, no, I don't think he never made public appearances. Not really. The only thing I remember he did was Riverview Park, and there's a video of that on YouTube. Check it out. Okay. At the beginning of the program, I mentioned I'm going to talk about the 50th anniversary of the TV show Gigglesnort Hotel, and then I will read off a 1963 menu from the Blackhawk restaurant that was located in the Chicago Loop. Let's see, what's going on this week? Not much. Health-wise, no doctor's appointments. I have a little pain in my left pelvis, so it could be the lesion. So I will go to my second chemo, excuse me, on May 19th. That'll be Monday. I will do that. I will go see my urologist for a checkup on May 29th. That's at the end of the month. So we'll see that. Hopefully this will work, the chemo. It's still early. So I'm praying and I'm hoping this will fix it. And I can move on, and I can be in remission and just get on with my life. I'm going to spend the entire summer going to doctor's appointments. And I don't know if I told you this, but I've applied for a passport. I should be here about a few weeks. I'm going to do some traveling once I get better. I can't wait, because I was in the travel business. I worked for America's Best Travel for about 12 years. I enjoy doing that. I enjoy my job. I enjoy traveling. I miss it. When I applied for my passport, I did it online. My brother helped me out with this, and then I took it to the post office. The feelings returned, the excitement, and it was wonderful. It was so nostalgic. So hopefully I will go on a trip sometime in the fall, maybe something domestically, not far away. I want to start from scratch, start from, gradually, and it'll be fine. I can't wait. I've been cooped up pretty much here for the past 5.5 years. I didn't do much traveling before that, but I want to start, I'm 61. I want to I don't want to stay home while I'm young, while I can walk too. Okay. Now, let's talk about Gigglesnort Hotel. This was a syndicated program. It was hosted by Bill Jackson. We all know by his BJ. He hosted Cartoon Alley and the BJ and Dirty Dragon Show, which, I missed. This year is the 55th anniversary. Maybe I'll do a show about that down the road. I probably will. Only this time it was not set in a town. It was set at a hotel, and Bill Jackson was the desk clerk. I think Dirty Dragon was the janitor. He was that, and I think Weird was the bellboy. And the owner of the hotel, his name was Old Man Gigglesnort. That was his name. He was a new character. I think there were other new characters, but I don't remember. But the old ones returned. For example, the old professor, Mother Plumtree, Weird, Wally Goodscott. He came. Gus the gorilla, I believe, he came back. W.C. Cornfield, yeah, he was there. I'm trying to think who else. I think the Thumbtwangers were there as well. Some bad guys returned. For example, Dr. Doompuss. Oh, he was the ugliest puppet I ever seen in my life. He had a long, crooked nose and warts, and he was a bad guy. Oh, a badass guy he was. That was what was his name? The Martian. He was I forgot his name. Mert or something like that. I don't know. I forgot. And also Frankenweird and Wolf Wally, they were probably there as well. And and I forgot the Lemon Joe Kid. He was there, yeah. And of course, one of our favorite people in the whole wide world, the Blob. He was there. I'm going to play a segment of him, And it was very popular, and it was, highly rated. It aired on Sunday mornings. I don't know what time, 9 o'clock or so. It premiered January 1975. It ran for a couple years, from 1975 to 1978. It did not air on Channel 32 at WFLD. It aired on WLS TV in the morning. So that's cool. So then reruns followed suit. And I watched the show a lot, but the problem was it was Sunday morning and I had to go to church. I had no choice because when my mom goes to church, she goes to church. It's like you got to be dressed, you got to be ready, and we can go together. She doesn't want to be late. I don't understand that. When we go to church, it's in the middle of liturgy, but she wants to be there. I tried arguing with that, but it doesn't work. So anyway, I did see the show. Maybe there were times I didn't go to church and I watched it. I loved it. I really did. And some people compared to Cartoon Town or to this show, and some people like Cartoon Town better. I can understand that. It was interesting, but thank God we had this show because there are no reruns and there are only clips of this. I ordered some from dirtydragon.com. I didn't order anything from Gigglesnort Hotel. I think you used to, but I think the website's closed and after Bill Jackson passed away. But I think you could find stuff on eBay if you could try. I don't know if it's the whole series. Probably not. I'm not sure. There was a rumor. There was a guy, his name is Jim Engel. He's a friend of mine. He's a cartoonist, I believe. Yeah, he's very talented. He said that they're trying to work to get them all on DVD. And that was about a couple of years ago. But I heard nothing so far. So maybe I'll ask him, or what's the holdup? If they were available, I'd buy them in an instant. I really would. I would love that. It's better than nothing. It really is. But as for Cartoon Alley or the BJ Dirty Dragon show, no. Yeah, they won't. They're not available, which is a shame. And let me tell you a little about Bill Jackson. He was born in Unionville, Missouri. He worked at a traveling carnival, and that's where he got the interest. And then he got interested in puppetry. And his earliest children's television appearance was in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and then WBBM TV Channel 2 contacted him and gave him a program in 1965, and it was called Clown Alley, and he played Freckles the Clown. Then the puppets appeared later on. They did that. So in 1968 or 67, right before that, someone from WFLD contacted him and said, "We'd like to do a show for you." And he said, Cartoon Alley? He said, yeah, and he said yes, and it would be opposite Garfield, Goose, and Friends. Oh, boy. We didn't have VCRs or streaming back then, not DVD recorders now. Either you had to watch that show or you had to watch the other show. That's how it was. and became very popular. And then they renamed it. First it was Cartoon Town, not Cartoon Alley. If I said Cartoon Alley, I apologize. It's Cartoon Town. Okay. And then it showed cartoons during that, and it ran for 5 years. And then they just discontinued. And then they went to WGN for 1 year, and it was called Carefree Corners. Same show, the characters were there, and that was that. So that ran for 5 years, from 1968 to 1972. And then he retired. He did some more, then he did Gigglesnort Hotel. He did some specials, Gift for Granny. I'd like to see that. That'd be cool. And then, he just retired. Then he moved to California, and then he published a memoir called The Only Kid on the Carnival. And he did send me an autographed picture of Weird. I still have it upstairs. That's cool. And unfortunately, he passed away on January 17, 2022. But his work lives on. He also made appearances at Fort City Mall. There's a picture. So I have a picture somewhere in my files like that. Okay. Right now, I'm going to play a clip from Gigglesnort Hotel, and it's BJ helps Blob prepare for a date. I played this before because I did a podcast episode about the Blob. So this is appropriate for Gigglesnort Hotel. Okay, so once I play this clip, and when I come back, I will talk about the Blackhawk restaurant, and I'll read a menu from that. Okay? So let's sit back and relax, and let's go back in time with BJ and the Blob. And I'll be right back, folks. Thank you.
Make your next move with American Express Business Platinum. Enjoy complimentary access to the American Express Global Lounge Collection. And with a welcome offer of 150,000 points after you spend $20,000 on purchases on the card within your first 3 months of membership, your business can soar to new heights. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business-platinum. Amex Business Platinum. Built for business by American Express.
Hey, it's Bill Simmons from the Bill Simmons Podcast. The NBA playoffs are here, and Michelob Ultra is getting you closer to the game than ever with courtside seats and more. Enter now at MichelobUltra.com/courtside. Michelob Ultra Superior Access Courtside 2024 to 2025 sweepstakes. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 21 or older. Ends on July 1st, 2025. Multiple entry periods. Visit MichelobUltra.com/superior access/courtside for free entry deadlines, and official rules. Message and data rates may apply. Void where prohibited.
Now, let's see some eyes that say, don't you want to go on a date with me, Florence? Yes, not kidding. All right, hang on there now, Now, listen, I'm not going to send you out looking like any old ragtag either. We are going to do the hotel statuary up in fine style. Look at this bow tie, little bow tie there. Straighten it out there. Great. Okay, and, got this straight from Fred Astaire. Yes, I did. Look at that. Oh, yes. Now, one last thing. When you call on the ladies, sometimes it's nice to take a little something, token of esteem, and yeah, you better believe it. Right here, you're going to win her. Oh, yes. All right, get a hold there. Now, when you get over there, right, show her those flowers and ask her for the date. Okay, Blob, I hope you and Florence have a nice time, all right? Yeah, right. Hey, and don't forget, be in early. Yeah, because I'm going to wait up.
Okay, everyone, I am back. I hope you enjoyed that clip with BJ and the Blob, and it was called, BJ prepares Blob for a date, and you hear him, his usual dialogue. It's hilarious. People love that. When I was in school, all the kids imitated it. It was hilarious. Even during class, I can't do them. But I love when he puts the different eyes, the teeth, and he carves, part of his clay and BJ molds them. Oh, that was hilarious. Okay, right now I'm going to talk about the Blackhawk restaurant. Okay, and this was a restaurant that was very popular for many, many years, and it was located at 139 North Wabash. I think it's the same location, I think. This opened in 1920, and it was opened by a man. His name is Otto Roth. And what was special about this restaurant was notably its prime rib and its signature spinning salad bowl. And they had big band music earlier, in the early days like that. So it opened in September 1926, and it featured a dance orchestra. And also it was broadcast on WGN radio, and it was called Live from the Blackhawk. I never knew that. And let's see. So there were a lot of musicians that appeared over the years, like Louis Prima, Mel Torme, Ish Kabibble, Kate Kaiser, the big band like that. And also... and Doris Day made her first appearance there at the Blackhawk, spring of 1940. In 1944, I think Otto Roth passed away, and Don Roth took over, which is his son. And so in 1952, they stopped featuring orchestra, so they removed the bandstand, no music, no dance floor, and it was just a restaurant. And so their specialty was the prime rib served from carts, and they brought to your tables, and it had the spinning salad bowl. The same spinning salad bowl, I think you spun it like 3 times, and then there'd be a waiter. He would prepare it for you right in front of you. I wish I went there. I've never been to this place, and I wish I did, because that would be kind of cool to see a waiter demonstrate this to mix the salad and like that. And they would bring a large bowl of greens set in a large bowl of ice, and then they spun it. And then the waiters would add the ingredients. They probably were trained that. And it said Don Roth borrowed these concepts from Laurie's prime rib. We had a Laurie's prime rib in Chicago, but that closed in 2020. I'm going to talk about that place someday. But that was in Beverly Hills in California. And they opened in 1969. They opened a second location in Wheeling, and it was the same place. And it was decorated with photos and memorabilia from the original Blackhawk. And that was opened until 2009. I wish I knew. I should have went there. And they did the spinning salad bowl, and the prime rib. And then the building was demolished in March of 2014. So the spinning bowl dressing featured 2 kinds of dressing. And then they bottled it later on for many years. So I never knew this. I wish I noticed. I would buy a bottle. And I don't think they make it anymore. I think they stopped when the restaurant was closed, up in Wheeling, and they demolished it like that. And so people still remember this day. They loved this restaurant. It was the food was excellent. The ambiance, the location. We need places like that again. really do. Okay. Right now, I'm going to read a menu from the Blackhawk. This menu is from 1963. I found it yesterday. And so this is what it says. I'll read the items in a moment, but right now it says here, so the spinning salad ball, I'm going to read what it says. A delicious combination of crisp, fresh greens, thoroughly chilled, served with its own special dressing, blended with chopped egg, blue cheese, and topped with anchovies. 21 ingredients in all, mixed at your table and seasoned just for you. That's cool. That really is. Of course, let's see what else. Okay. Then the roast prime rib. And this is what the description says. Roasted in a rock salt cask to preserve all the delectable natural juices. Choose the cut you prefer right from your cart. Rare, medium well, but served with a baked potato, Idaho potato, and fresh vegetables. And the Diamond Jim Brady cut was $5.95, but the other one was $4.75, so it's a little cheaper, like that. Okay. What else they had? Okay. Right now I'm going to start with cocktails. They had the usual cocktails: dry martini, vodka martini, a Manhattan, Rob Roy, old fashioned, daiquiri, whiskey sour, Bloody Mary, and a screwdriver. And also they had Don Ross private stock for over 4 years old. It's a bourbon whiskey. And like that, also had Scotch whiskey, gin, and all that. Appetizers, they had freshly made chopped young chicken livers. It's their own special recipe. Fresh fruit of the season cocktail, marinated herring and sour cream, chilled tomato juice, large glass, soup du jour, whatever soup was available. Fresh jumbo shrimp cocktail. Okay, that sounds good. Let's see what else. Now from the open hearth broiler. Describes broiling over glowing embers, finishes the meat to a sear on the outside, juicily tendered within the seals of the rich juices that add to our tantalizing taste and aroma. The fresh meat available is carefully selected of Chicago stockyards by our own buyer. Well, now that I didn't know. Excuse me. I didn't know about that. That sounds interesting. It was from the stockyards. That was located at the Canaryville area, or what was the other one? Back of the yards. Excuse me, I'll drink some water. Thank you. Okay. They had sirloin steak, boneless, either 12 ounce, 16 ounces, filet mignon, served with fresh mushroom. Of course, special prime beef butt steak, chopped steak from prime rib, topped with crisp French fried onions, 2 double chops from prime lamb. That sounds good. 1 double chop, so you can have 1 or 2. Genuine fresh thick calf's liver steak. I like liver, but I don't think I would eat that. I'm not sure. And with crisp smoked hickory bacon or golden French fried onions. They had half. Is that half or a third? Not sure. Let me look real close. Yeah, it's half spring chicken, fresh from the farm, battery raised. 2 thick center cut fancy chops. They were pork chops. Large succulent lobster tail. Broiled fresh, not frozen. Whitefish served with lemon butter. Cream. Side dishes were cream fresh spinach or butter garden peas. Baked Idaho potato seasoned with sour cream and chives. Oh, I love that. Oh, I love it. Or golden French potatoes. And even fresh desserts from my pastry tray. I don't know what desserts they had over there. Okay. Then they had whole genuine English Dover sole. It was like 1 1/4 pound, sauteed in butter, topped with sliced toasted almonds, golden French fries, or prima donna baked potato, whatever you like. And they also had golden fried colossal butterfly shrimp on a platter. and use a finger bowl, so you eat it with your fingers. Like that. And served with zesty tartar sauce and lemon slices. Served with French fried potatoes. Beverages, they had Blackhawk Special Blend Coffee, tea, milk, Sanka, Postum. I don't know if anyone uses Postum anymore. Or Sanka. Probably not. And after dinner, you can have a cordial. You can after dinner drink, creme de menthe, brandy, Benedictine, Cointreau, Stinger, or Kahlua. My aunt used to drink that. Galileo, and all kinds of wonderful things. Let's see if I left anything. No, that's it. That's it for this menu. So everything sounded delicious. It really did. It sounded wonderful. And I wish, like I said before, I wish I went there. I never did. So there might be a couple places now in Chicago that's somewhat similar to this. But this was the original, and you can't beat that. And I'm sure it was fantastic. So let's see. So the Blackhawk restaurant was one of its kind, and we all miss it. Excuse me on that. All right, so that's it for this show. I'll do a recap of what I talked about. I talked about the 50th anniversary of the Gigglesnort Hotel that premiered in January 1975, hosted by Bill Jackson. And it featured BJ and the Dirty Dragon and all the characters. Also, I read off a 1963 menu from the Don Ross Blackhawk restaurant that was located on Wabash Avenue in the Chicago Loop. This podcast will be published later on today, wherever podcasts are found. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Breaker, Overcast, Good Pods, Podbean. If you have those apps on your phone or your tablet or on your desktop, just tap on those, tap follow. You will receive a notification of the latest episode. You can listen to previous episodes if you like. They're all there. Also, my website, that's my blog, www.vanishchicagoland.blog. They're all there. If you sign up with your email, you'll receive a notification of the latest episode. Or you can comment if you like. I don't get many, but you can do that. Also, it'll be on my YouTube channel. And again, people ask me, where do I find your podcast? Where do I find your podcast? You can find it on YouTube. It's easier that way. I spoke to someone last week, and she asked me, where do I find your podcast? I want to listen. Go to YouTube. And she says, oh, that's easy. It is easy. Just go to YouTube, type in search Vanish Chicagoland Stories, or my name, Pete Costanis. You would click subscribe. Doesn't cost anything. You'll receive a notification of the latest episodes. Also, all the previous ones are there as well. Take your time. You can listen on any device. You can only listen to CarPlay. If you have Spotify, you can listen to your car or on your TV. You can stream it. Also, be sure to my social media accounts, Facebook, X, Reddit, LinkedIn, Blue Sky, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. They'll have the links. It'll take you right there to listen. Okay. Whew. So, this is Pete Costanis, your host for Vanish Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. Thank you for joining me. I had a great time with these two wonderful subjects. It's going to be a nice day, nice week, that is. I will probably do another podcast episode this weekend. Okay. It's mid-May. It's spring. The weather is gorgeous. Okay. So here's bye-bye for me, and here is bye-bye from our wonderful friend and Chicago legend Ray Rayner with a little traveling music. Of course, he's saying bye, bye, bye. Take care, everyone, and so long.
We have to go. Bye, bye, bye.